Johnson.
And I'm Chantel Johnson.
And we're the authors of His,
Hers, Bringing a Marriage Together. And the subtopic is Keeping It Real About Dating and Marriage.
Hello everyone, we're so excited the opportunity to present our soon-to-be-released new book. And when would it be possibly out?
Basically, our book will be out, we're looking at the end of January or the first to middle part of February 2013. And so that's when it actually will be released, where you can purchase copies directly from us. And then 3 months after that, it's actually going to be on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and it'll be in your local bookstores.
And this is an opportunity for everyone to get a copy. And we're soliciting for your support as pastors, as leaders, life coaches, life teams, counselors, radio stations, television stations, to get an opportunity to meet us in person.
Yes.
We would love to come and present our book and present who we are and our experience as it relates to dating and marriage.
Yes, yes. And so I'm going to basically just give you a brief synopsis of what our book is about. This is the front, which is His, Hers, Bringing a Marriage Together, and the subheading is Keeping It Real About Dating and Marriage.
Real.
And then on the back we have the summary of what the book is about, as well as our author's bio and picture. And our book, from beginning to end, is a total of 406 pages with a total of 11 chapters. And under each chapter, in each chapter within the book, we have over 20 different subtopics under each one of those chapters. And it's a very easy read book, because with those subtopics, you actually get the page number for each one of those subtopics. So you don't have to read through the entire chapter. So if there's a specific area that you would like to read about, you can go to that specific area within that chapter. And so that was how we set it up, to make it sure that it is an easy read for those who would like to read about specific things. And so chapter 1, we talk about, it targets those people that are dating. And that is starting it off right for those that are dating as well as engaged. And chapter 2, we talk about making your marriage a priority. Chapter 3 talks about spirituality within your marriage. Chapter 4 is communication within your marriage. Chapter 5, we discuss finances within your marriage. Chapter 6 is sex within your marriage. Chapter 7, we talk about abuse within your marriage relationship. Chapter 8 is raising children within marriage. Chapter 9 is divorce recovery, starting over. And chapter 10 is true intimacy within marriage. And chapter 11 covers our recommended form of therapy, which is experimental therapy for those couples who need to go through counseling.
And one of the things that Chantel and I implemented within this book, and we received a lot of support, and because it's the uniqueness of the book, it's on a his and a her. Yes. During the process of writing this book, Chantel was in one location of the house and I was in another location of the house. We wrote according to how a man thinks. Yes. This is coming from experiences being a police chaplain, as a counselor, peer support, as a pastor. This is how men thinks about unique topics in each category. And it brings about a change. Chantel did the same thing. In her segment, she talked about how female thinks. Yes. And we were so excited when we had our segment about Now Together. After each chapter, after each segment, we have a Now Together. This is when we came together, collaborated together, and realized on some topics we were gelling. We were on. Yes. I mean, we was thinking just like when you read the book, you're like, they're saying the same thing. Yes. And there are some incidents where we was totally separate. We're like, wow, you was thinking that? I didn't think that. And that's what couples have the tendency to think different and outside of the box. But what we did another step further, we have an assessment at the end of each chapter, so it gives an opportunity for each couple to assess their level of their stage in their marriage. So therefore, it gives you a complete thought. What we have combined within this book, our book, it has unique qualification and experience of what Chantel and I experienced personally, real life events, individuals, and we had institutional information that we did studies, research on, and we have this. And so we believe that this book will be a great tool for the universities to do research on in the marriage and the counseling session, So we are totally excited about the opportunity to come into your ministry, your business, your radio, TV station, to present this book, our book, in person, and to get to know who we are as a couple.
Yes, yes, because of course we know, unfortunately, statistically, you know, it's so alarming to know that, you know, less than 50% of marriages even are successful. You know, the divorce rate is so high. And then even if people are within marriage relationships, they're not happy. And so that's why we talk about real topics. We talk about things that people don't want to talk about, but what couples are dealing with. That's why we said keeping it real. And so you will be amazed at the things that we talk about and in great detail, because these are the things that are hurting couples. These are the things that why couples are not genuinely happy. And so we want to be able to be an instrument into your relationship so that your relationships can get to the point that it's supposed to be. And so that's our goal, and that was our hope. We basically put our lives on hold for 2 years to bring this book to pass. And so now we're ready to present it to the world. We're ready to present it to the churches, the radio stations, the television stations, the universities. And so to let people know that there is hope for your relationship. There is hope for marriage. And so that's why we're coming to you right now, because like I said, we are so excited about what God, the journey that God is taking us on, and to be able to be an instrument, to be able to come into your homes and be able to influence your marriages in a positive way so that they'll be what God has ordained it to be.
There's hope.
Yes.
There's a struggle, but you have the tool, and you have the benefit to win.
Yes.
And so we're so excited, and we're signing off from His,
Hers,
bringing a marriage together.